I'm Pam, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica, AccuQuilt's creativity expert. And today we wanted to show you the nuts and bolts about using the Go Bolt so that you and your entire team will be prepared to help your customers if they have any questions about their Go Bolt electric fabric cutters.
The soup to nuts, if you will, about how the lights work on the Go Bolt electric cutter and what they mean, starting with no light at all. This will indicate that the cutter is not turned on. It may or may not be plugged in, but it is not turned on.
When you do turn on your Go Bolt, you'll see that solid green light. Green means go, and now you're ready to cut. Now the cutter will slowly flash green while it is in the process of cutting fabric.
The Go Bolt will automatically shut off in 60 seconds and the light will turn off, but right before it turns off, it will blink green to signal that it's about to turn off. If you run one die through the cutter and start the next before the 60 seconds are up, your 60-second clock resets.
That's right. Now, when the cutter detects a jam, maybe from too many layers of fabric, or maybe you just grabbed two mats instead of one, the light on the cutter will turn red and flash slowly while it ejects the die out of the cutter.
At this point, you will need to reset the cutter by turning it off, then on again to get it out of reverse mode. Now, if you need to manually reverse a die out of the cutter, you're going to want to hold down that power button to manually start reversing a die out of the cutter. After manually reversing a die out of the cutter, you will need to reset it again by turning it off and on again.
Now it's important to note that the 60-second shutoff feature is still working, so the light will flash quickly to indicate that the cutter is about to shut off.
And if you're like me and a little anxious to get your cutting done, you might push a die into the cutter opening before the power button is on. If you turn the power on while the die is already inside the cutter, it will reverse that die out of the Go Bolt while the red light flashes slowly.
All the information that we've talked about so far can be found in the Go Bolt User's Guide, which comes inside the box with the Go Bolt fabric cutter.
But here's a little reset tip that we don't typically share with our customers, which may come in handy for you if a customer brings in a Go Bolt with a die stuck in the
Right.
cutter. At that point, you want to unplug the cutter, then push down on that power button while plugging the cord into the side of the machine. This puts the machine into a manual reverse mode to get that die out of the cutter. Once the cutter has ejected the die, pull the die out of the opening and reset the machine by unplugging the power cord, then plugging it back in. It's very simple.
We know your customers are going to love cutting their projects quickly and easily at home or on the go with the Go Bolt, because AccuQuilt is here to help you cut time
So you can quilt more.